should take that extra precaution here, right? So then you guys can talk amongst yourselves and to your pets and all of that, and we'll be good. Okay. Hi, Ricardo. Take a comfortable supine position. And allow yourself this first minute or two to just check in with your body. See how you're feeling at the end of another week of this new normal. I think we could still call it that. It's changing every week. I saw on the news this morning how a lot more of the restaurants are expanding out into the streets. They're closing streets and making room for tables. It's kind of interesting. We took our food and sat on the beach last night, which was really nice. I think, Julie, you could appreciate that. Open air dining at its finest. Just start to become more aware of your breath. Feel how the breath flows up and down your spine. Filling up your torso, just like a big cylinder filling up with air. Front to back, side to side. Really try to find a little more length on each end, probably more the exhale than the inhale. Inhales are usually pretty deep. A couple more breaths. Next exhale, empty it out. And then gather your knees in. Give yourself a squeeze and just take a few easy circles around with your knees. You can separate your knees and bring them together, or you can take them in the same direction. Massage out your low back, loosening up into the hip joint. And reverse your direction. And then when you're feeling about even, bring your knees back together, stretch both legs up to the sky. Oh, my hamstrings are tight. I wonder what I did yesterday. Point and flex a few times. Yoga, yoga, yoga. That's what it is. Circle your ankles around. I want to go out for a walk, but it's so hot. And then find stillness in your legs. Set your left foot down on the mat and bring your right foot into half happy baby. So start to bend your right knee along the right side of your rib cage, so the foot toward the ceiling. You've all got it. And then decide what you want to do with your left leg. So options are stay with the bent knee, let the left knee fall out to the left, so like half Supta Baddha Konasana, or extend the left leg out to straight. So your choices. You always have choices in my class, and it's always the choices that I offer or the choices that you take on your own for your body. Right? Keep drawing those right toes back toward the back of your room, but at the same time, feel like your heels pulling forward. So it's like a dual action going on there. And at the same time, press up into the hand with the foot and back down with the hand to the foot. Take one more inhale here on this side. And exhale, bring it all back to center and switch. Right foot comes down, left knee comes in and into half happy baby. So left sole of the foot facing the ceiling, right leg, you know your choices. Ricardo, I don't know if you want your video on or not, so if you, it's not on right now. If you want to put it on, put it on. If you don't, I totally get it. We all have those mornings. Couple more breaths. Again, just find that in a push and pull with the foot. It's drawing in all four directions, front to back, up and down. And then one more inhale. Exhale, release, bring it all back to center, hug both knees in, and we'll take a twist to the left. So shifting your hips slightly to the right, let both knees fall over to the left. They could be stacked, they could be resting on a block. Stretch your right arm out to the right. This final opening across your chest, so you're getting a little chest opening here by stretching your arm out. And then send your right hip forward as you send your right shoulder down. There you are. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back up through center. Shift your hips back to center and slightly to the left. Drop your knees to the right. Stretch your left arm way out to the left, maybe so much that your elbow hovers off the mat, and just find that broadening across your chest. Continue that long, deep breath. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up into center. And then hug both knees in and stretch both legs long up toward the sky again. So we're gonna just try something for fun to kind of get the juices pumping this morning. We're gonna take your arms up over your head. So reach your fingers back toward the back of your space. Start to roll your legs up over your head, not like a full plow, just however much they go. If they tap down, great. And then roll all the way up to seated in a Navasana and catch it. And then we'll go back again. So 4 more times. Roll back, arms overhead, toes tap back, and then roll up and catch a Navasana. So just for fun, smile, have a good time, roll back like a little kid. On a Saturday morning, 2 more. And one more time, roll back, roll up, and then pause at the top on your last Navasana. Your knees could be bent or your legs could be straight. Lift and spread through your collarbones. Stay for 4, draw your belly in, 3, 2, 1, and just set your feet down right here. Take a seat with bent knees. I'm gonna just face you for a second so you can see what I'm doing with my arms, but we're gonna take our arms outside the legs. They come underneath and cross, so you're holding the top of your opposite shin. And then just roll in and take a nice stretch for your back body, top of your shoulders and upper back. Stay for a couple breaths. And then inhale, sit up tall, release that clasp and come onto all fours in a tabletop shape. Shoulders over wrists and knees under hips. You can have your fingers facing forward, or if you like a little extra wrist stretch, you can turn your fingers back towards you, and we'll take a couple cat-cows. So just very basic Linking breath to movement, you inhale on cow and exhale on cat. Take a couple more. If something else sounds better for you, a little spinal movement like hip circles or swaying side to side, you can do that also. And just slowly make your way back to a neutral spine. Just check that your wrist creases are on the same line, your fingers are spread, shoulders over wrists. Then tuck your toes and hover your knees off the mat just a couple inches. So find this here, just a little hovering table. And really press hard into all 10 fingers. Squeeze thumb to thumb, so more rooting into the thumb and index. Straight arms, belly in a lot, likes to drop. Squeeze the outer edges of your hips in, so that's your butt. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to downward facing dog, stretch out. And then take a moment here in your first down dog. Let it be how you like. You can pedal, you can stay in stillness, you can twist. Get some wiggles out. And when you're feeling even, start to refine a nice still down dog. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. If you wanted to go wider, you could, but most of us like to keep our feet on the mat when we can, I think. And then send your hips nice and high. Again, really pressing hard into the fingertips so your wrists aren't absorbing all the weight. Root those inner edges of the hands down and wrap the upper arms back. Draw the belly and the low ribs in a lot. And walk your hands all the way back to your feet. And then when you get there, you can soften your knees any amount and clasp your hands behind your back. Take your knuckles up and over your head. So kind of a narrow, well, a wide leg forward fold, but a narrow wide leg forward fold. Giving yourself a wider base. Getting another shoulder stretch. Keep moving your weight toward the front of your feet, trying to open up your back body. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release, hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Next, inhale, rise all the way up. Stay here at the back of your mat. Scoop your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. And then heel toe your feet back to just a more comfortable distance, hip distance. If you like slightly wider is always fine. Inhale, reach up. We'll take a couple half Surya A's. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, engage your core. Even give your butt a little extra squeeze at the top. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen, move toward the front of your feet. Get the spine long. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time and we'll move on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, and from here, walk forward. Come back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. Exhale with control, right foot steps forward by right thumb. Left knee comes down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Sink forward as you lean back. Take one more big breath in. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step your left foot forward to meet your right. Uttanasana. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, step your right leg back. This time, set your right knee down. Inhale, reach up. Feels good. Stretch the right hip flexor. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, down dog. And then from your down dog, inhale, shift forward into plank. And pause in your plank. So it's the first time we're in plank today, even though you guys know this pose well. Really press into your fingers and squeeze those inner edges of the hands together. Pull your shoulders back away from your ears, lengthen your neck. Draw your belly in and stay. Inhale and exhale. We're just holding the plank for core. Inhale and exhale. 2 more full breaths. Inhale. Back in. Exhale. 1 more full inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, shift a little forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga. All the way to your belly. Land it down. Release your arms back by your sides. You can have your palms facing in or down, whatever feels right to you. And we're going to take a Shalabhasana. So inhale, press down into the feet, lift the torso, lift the chest, lift the shoulders, and then if you want to add the feet also, lift the feet, draw the belly button in. If you have your hands like mine, imagine you had a block between your hands. You were really squeezing in for 4. You guys probably all have blocks that can make you do that. 3, but it's gruesome. 2, and 1. Let it all go. And I haven't seen you in a month, and I don't want to do that. Find your way back to down dog. You can tuck your toes and come to tabletop or to plank, and then downward facing. The block can be like our best friend or could be our worst enemy. It's both. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, step the left foot forward, set the right knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to the mat. Uttanasana, step forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. So again, going back the way we came. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step left foot back. Left knee down. Inhale, Anjane, big stretch. Exhale, downward facing dog. So one more time, without too much excess chit chat, come to plank. Establish your plank, squeeze in all directions, and then inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Strong arms, exhale. Really pull the belly in, inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, lower to your belly, you can drop your knees. And then clasp your hands behind your back this round. Again, Shalabhasana, roll the shoulders back and up, lift your heart. Lift your feet if you want. Keep the head and neck super long, so keep moving the shoulders away from the ears. For 4, 3, 2, one more inhale. Exhale, release. Again, take your time, find your way to your down dog. Come back to your breath. And let's all take one big breath together here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the mouth. Inhale, back up on your toes. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, press down into your feet. Lift up tall, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, Surya A, we'll just try to move on the breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Nice, Ellen. Good, you guys. Nice, Nana. Back, downward facing. About 3 full breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Really work the arms, work the core. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale to come up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, step, step, or lightly hop to the top of your space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in, really let the head and neck go. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, one more round of just plain old Surya A. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, engage your core as you fold. Inhale, keep that core engagement as you lengthen. Exhale, step or float it back. If you like to jump back, you guys, you always land in chaturanga. I think you know, you're pretty seasoned, all of you. Wait, oh, there you go. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, step forward into a lunge, right knee over right ankle. Just check back that your left toes are facing forward, your left thigh is nice and high. And then we'll twist open to the right arm up to the sky. Just make it a big, nice open twist. Make sure you have enough space between your left hand and your right foot. Relift your left thigh if it dropped. Keep hugging your right hip back. Inhale, stretch your top arm up and over your ear. Belly in. One more inhale. Exhale, let the right hand come down. Just keep the legs and straighten out through the right leg. If you need more here for the right hamstring, you could peel your right toes up toward your face. It's more intense. Stay for a couple breaths. If you went with the foot down version, just make sure that your foot is down, that your big toe mound, the inside edge of your foot isn't rolling open. Shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale, look forward. Step your left foot up to meet your right, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach up. Keep on moving. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step your right leg back. Set your right knee down. Inhale, back up to Anjane. This time we'll stay here for a few extra breaths. The first time we just kind of float it. Now we'll stick in the stretch. So really press down and yeah, good. Yeah, get your blanketing on the cement. It might be tough. Press your left foot into the mat. Feel it drag back. And then cactus your arms and add a little extra back bend. So feel like you're upper mid back is rolling back. Keep your belly in and support your low back, the bendy part. Stay for 4. Keep sinking forward as you're leaning back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, hands come down, stay low, step back to plank. Take your time, knees up or knees down, chaturanga. Pause in the pose, and then release. Take your cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps forward into a lunge, and just take your time, set it up. Make sure you have enough space left to right. And as you're ready, twist open towards your left. So left hip moves back, right thigh lifts up. Shoulders roll back. Belly draws in always. And I'm going to extend, bring the top arm up and over, try to flip the palm toward, let's see, toward the right. I would always say toward the person behind you, but I can't say that. I don't think. Take one more inhale. And where is Bob? Release, bring your left hand down, straighten out through your left leg, and fold. And make the adjustments that feel good to you, right? So if you liked peeling your toes back, peel your toes back. If you felt like you wanted to shorten your stance, you can. And then let the breath take you deeper. Big stretch for the back of the left leg. Inhale, look forward. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll take it back around. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back with the left leg. Set the left knee down. Pat it if you want to. Inhale, Anjane. Settle in, definitely feeling a stretch in the left hip flexor. And then we'll take another back bend. This time, let's clasp fingers behind your back. Roll your shoulders back, lift your heart. Keep sinking forward to go back. Yeah, a towel or a strap between your hands is also a good option anytime we do the clasp the fingers type thing. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up to center. Release the hands, plant the hands, stay low, step back plank. Take your time, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing. And then just take a few extra breaths here. Check back in with your alignment and your breath. And then all together, inhale, high up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Step, step, or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, everybody. It's so good to see all of you again. I see a lot of lower bodies, a lot of headless horsemen today. Okay, let's come into chair pose, only in Siddhasana, then I see your hands. Sit low, reach high. Oh, Julie, Barb, there you go. Now I see you guys. Keep your butt moving back, but I will keep you in chair all day, I promise. Stay for 4. The first one we always stay a little longer. 3, sit any deeper. 2, 1. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, step back or float back, lower into chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward face. Inhale, lift your right leg and open up through the right hip. So try to keep your down dog, your shoulders level, so you're not really tipping to the left on this round. You can bend and extend your knee, you can circle your ankle around. And then inhale, level off your hips. Exhale, step forward into warrior two. Right foot up between your hands. Left heel spins flat, look for front heel to back arch. And rise, warrior two. So here we are. Let's try to soften the shoulders. Reach out through the fingers. And then a few breaths. Back thigh moves back. At the same time, the right knee opens to the right. Good job, everybody. Still breathing, hopefully. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. And then once you get to the reverse position, straighten out through your right leg, come to reverse triangle. So both feet are firmly rooting into the mat, kneecaps are lifted, we're stretching back. Inhale, come back up through center, keep the legs straight. Maybe shorten your stance and turn your left foot in slightly for triangle pose. Hinge forward. Bring the right hand down and the left arm up. By all means, use your block. This is one of the places where we're using the block for good. We'll stay in triangle for a few breaths. Feet are working. Legs are working. Torso is nice and open. Belly's in. If you have any arm variations you prefer, in fact, let's all go for it. Top arm just up and over. Take a nice extended triangle in this position for 4, 3, 2. On 1, just sweep that left arm all the way down and pivot to the left, all 10 toes in line. Find Prasarita A. Now we're in a really wide leg forward fold. Stay here. Try to line up your hands with your feet if you can. And then tip more weight toward the front of your feet. So again, just working that back body line in this pose. Stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, and then walk your hands back toward the front of your mat. Pivot all 10 toes to face forward. Plant your hands and step back to plank and pause in plank. And then lower down onto your forearms. Find a forearm plank. You're gonna stay here for a couple of breaths. So we've been in the hovering tabletop, we've been in the full plank, now we're in the forearm plank. Squeeze thumb and index in toward each other. Pull the elbows toward the toes and the toes toward the elbows. Make sure your butt isn't poking up or dumping down. Stay for 4, 3, 2. One more inhale here. And exhale. And for a moment, lower your belly to the mat. Take a Sphinx pose. Release the tops of your feet. Pull your heart through. You can keep your head up or you can tip your chin toward your chest. You can take a few little easy neck rolls, little half circles. You don't have to throw your neck back. Side to side. And then come back to center. Tuck your toes. Come back to forearm plank. Come back to plank. And downward facing dog. No chaturanga. Unless you did it because you really wanted it. Inhale, lift your left leg and open your hip. And again, take what you need to open that left hip, the left leg. Try to keep your shoulders level. So that probably means, let's see, lifting your left shoulder slightly, or no, yeah, left, dropping the right. You guys know what I mean. You can feel it. Inhale, level off your hips. On an exhale with control, step the left foot up between your hands. Spin your right heel flat. Take your time. Come up into your warrior two. And then go through that little mental checklist. Really try to get your hip bones level. Everything's moving back toward the left. Belly's drawing in. You can have your gaze forward, or more traditionally, of course, out over your front middle finger. Nice, Ricardo. Good job, you guys. Nice, Donna. Vera, keep opening the left knee to the left. Sit a little deeper. Inhale, flip your front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you're reaching back, straighten out through the left leg. Nice stretch through the whole left side. Keep the right shoulder moving back. And then inhale up to center, both legs stay straight. Shorten your stance a little if you want to, and make sure that the back toes are turning slightly in, triangle pose. Hinge forward. Good, you guys all know where to go. So when you're in triangle, again, you're kind of leaning back, but you want to make sure that your left big toe doesn't pick up off the mat. So left big toe mound stays rooted. At the same time, the left sit bone is drawing back toward the right heel. Belly's drawing in. Reach your top arm up and over your ear. Get that nice long extension. Stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that go down into a wide leg forward fold toward the right. Pivot all 10 toes to face the right. Line up the feet and then fold in. And here, the second time around, if you want to take a different variation with your hands, take something that you like. You can walk your hands back. You can hold your ankles or your big toes. Just take a nice little fold. A headstand if you were thinking about it. Probably late notice for that. Maybe I'll give you another chance. Come back to hands under shoulders. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Crawl your fingers forward. Plant your hands. Step back to plank. Pause. Come down onto your forearms. Back to that forearm plank. And then walk your feet up for dolphin. So any amount, keep walking your feet in. Dolphin pose is like down dog on your forearms. You can take your gaze a little back toward your feet, or usually I try to think somewhere around between the feet and the belly. Keep lifting and spreading through your sit bones. Stay in this dolphin shape, just widen your feet a little bit, so maybe to the outer edges of your mat. Come up high on your toes, so you really poke your sit bones up. And then soften your knees slightly, so again, so you can get a little more space in the back with wider legs. belly in, stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your heels back down and then take a quick child's pose. So drop your knees apart, big toes touch, child's pose, water break, whatever you need. Maybe just sit back up on your heels and take a couple breaths. Wipe your space. Nice job, everybody. Let's just come back to downward facing dog. Just a quick child's pose. We don't want to get too comfortable or barely halfway through, right? Okay, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg, and again, open up through the hip. And this time, if you want to take it farther, a couple options. You can come down onto your left forearm. Move your right hand back slightly or on fingertips. Or you can go for a flip dog if that's your thing, flipping it all the way over. So give you a moment to pick what you like. Nice, Lacey, good, Ellen, Hill. A bunch of wild things out there. Okay, as you're ready, come back. Find a three-legged down dog. Go slow, especially if you flipped. Take an inhale. Exhale, step forward and come right into triangle pose. So right foot forward, left foot flat. If you can, build your triangle from the ground up. Use your block if you want. I know we usually go from the top down. Find your triangle. And then right from here, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Easing down towards your right foot. Bring your right hand or your block forward and diagonal of your right pinky toe. Float the left leg up. And then left foot leg should be at hip height or slightly higher and just slightly forward of the hip. So it's like you wanted to kind of just give a gentle tap to the person in front of you if they were that close. And then stay, squeeze the right butt down for 4. Good balance, 3, belly in, 2, and 1. Slowly release yourself into a standing split. Go slow because it's a lot on the hips. You might even want to bend the left knee as you come into it. And then re-extend. Come into a standing split position. So hips are level now. We just have them open very externally. Now they're more neutral. From here, inhale, lengthen your spine. Find a grounded warrior 3, just long through the torso, long through the leg. Exhale, forehead to shin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. One more time, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. What's happening? How about one more time? Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step back into a lunge. So just stepping back, readjusting your feet, and then setting up for lizard. So moving the right foot a little more toward the right. Left knee can stay up or come down, and we'll lower onto our forearms or forearms onto blocks. So taking a lizard lunge. And your variation. So I know, again, you guys have probably done a bunch of these in your yoga career. So if you like to turn your right foot slightly out to the right and let your right knee go open. You have more open in the hips. That feels really good. Just always checking that the right knee is more or less over the right ankle and not out in front of it. I'll give you a few more breaths. Make sure that on the left side, you're not just dumping down into the psoas too much. Maybe there's still a little engagement, like a little poke of the butt, just to protect that muscle from overstretching. And then from here, slowly come back up onto your hands. Find your way back into plank and decide vinyasa or not. You can chaturanga, you can go straight to down dog. To you. Inhale, lift your left leg. And again, yogi's choice. So open the hip for sure. And maybe just stay here or add on, come on to the right forearm, left fingertips. Kind of a hybrid of the whole dolphin thing. Or take a flip dog. And take a little extra back bend. So some of us are more back bendy, some of us are not or don't want it. Beautiful. Okay, make your way back to your three-legged dog. Again, just go slow. If you flipped and you bring that left hand back, bring it back in line with the right. Check that out. Take an inhale. Exhale, stepping forward right into triangle. So right foot, left foot steps forward, right heel spins flat. Both legs are straight. Maybe using the block. And we peel open. So we've been here before. You can just refine. All limbs are long. We'll take it into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Top hand could come to the hip or stay straight. Try to keep the torso open to the right as you move into your half moon. Flex that right leg a lot, the lifted leg for energy. Scoop the left side of the butt down. Really just peel open. Stay for 4, 3. Feel what's going on in your left foot. Try to evenly root it. 2, 1. Make your way into your standing split. Again, a little bend in the right knee couldn't hurt as you level off the hips. And then fold in. Look back at your right toes. Make sure they're facing the ground now, not the right. Think of the left hip lifting up and back toward the midline. And then inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, fold in, forehead to shin. 2 more times like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Well, actually, 2 more from here. Inhale to be even, right? Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale, step back into your lunge. Readjust your feet if you needed to move away from furniture like I did. And then take your left foot more to the left. Lizard pose. Yeah, really nice, you guys. So yeah, settle in. Use your blocks if you want. For your forearms, for your head. Stay for a few breaths. Maybe less talking on this side since we talked a lot on the first side. More inhale and exhale. And come back up onto your hands. Move that left leg back so it comes into plank. And again, your choice, vinyasa or not. I'm going to skip it this time and just go to down dog. This time in your dog, this is optional. Again, one of the just for fun portions. But you can walk your feet in slightly, shorten your dog. Strong in the arms, so keep that inner edge of the hand rooting down and the arms strong. And consider 3 or 4 hops, if you're not usually a hopper, toward the top of the mat. Try to catch some air or kick your heels to your butt. Here we go. Bend your knees, get ready, and then at your own pace, a couple of hops. So just for fun, I'm not even watching you. Maybe you catch it. Strong arms, so we want really straight arms. Press into those fingertips hard. And then as you're ready, land it at the top of your mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Just take a moment here. We're going to do one more. I have to just fix this little bit of standing. One more round of standing poses. Chair pose, sit low, reach high. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it back, float it back, flow through your vinyasa, which again, by this time could mean downward facing dog, and all would be good. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step forward, warrior 2. Been here before. And then Parsvakonasana, side angle. So hinging forward, your version, forearm to thigh, grab the block inside or outside of the right ankle. And then we'll stay for a few breaths. So check in with back thigh, move it back. Scoop the front side of your butt under, push your right knee to the right. Top arm can reach up and over, or prefer a half bind. That always feels good. Stay for 4. Make sure you're really engaging through your core and you're not putting too much weight on your front thigh if you're using it. 3, 2, good choices. 1, inhale, unwind. And exhale, float back into your wide leg forward fold to the left. And we'll change it up a little bit this time. So right now you've got all 10 toes facing the same direction. Keep your right leg how it is. Turn your back foot, your left foot, about 45 degrees toward the left, and then bend your left knee. So we're here first. We got 1 straight leg, 1 bent knee. Then bring your left hand onto your left thigh so you can give it even more of a nudge open. Last little piece of the puzzle, if you want it, come down onto your right forearm. So that's really deep. We're getting hamstring, hips, everything here. I'm going to stay for a couple breaths. At any point in that little puzzle for 4. Belly in, of course. 3, 2, 1. Slowly undo all of that. Come back to Prasarita A, and then walk your hands up toward the front of your mat and step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Or take a standing balance now. So Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. It's like a big, huge mouthful, but really it's standing on one leg with the other leg in the air. So I'm going to face you. If you want to use a strap, if you have something strappy around, you can use it. Or you can go with bent knee. Stand on your left foot. So we'll give the right leg a little rest. Pick the right knee up in front. Just start here. All right, so this could be it. You don't even have to hold your leg. If you want to go for peace sign fingers around the right big toe, grab it again, or you could use a strap. Pull your left thigh back, and then start to extend your right leg any amount. So our hamstrings should be pretty open. We've done a lot of hamstring opening poses, but they're still pesky. Stand tall, and then open out to the right. Whew. And again, could be bent knee all day long. Keep scooping the left side of the butt down, left thigh back, belly in for 4, 3, any arms, 2, 1. Bring it back to center and gently release and shake it out. Now make sure that you don't fall in the pool too. Okay, come back to Tadasana. One more round, we'll hit all that stuff on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa or not. I think I'll do one this time. Vinyasa part just is a nice all around cleanser. You get a little stretch. Pull back bend. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step forward, warrior 2. Just get your footing, get your foundation, and then as you're ready, into side angle pose, hinging forward, placing that left arm where you like it, where you can get the most resistance of leg into arm, arm into leg. Keep moving the back thigh back. And then top arm up and over, or half bind for variety. Shoulders always moving away from the ears. Belly drawing back and in. Yeah, half bind. Inhale, unbind it. And exhale, fold into that wide leg forward fold toward the right. And then turn your back foot, so I guess that's your right foot, out 45 degrees. Bend your knee, your right knee. Keep your left leg nice and long and straight. Right hand comes to right thigh just to nudge it open a little bit more for the hip opener. And then maybe onto left forearm as well. And then we're here, and of course I've got my butt in your face, and I don't like that. I'm gonna face you, even though it might turn you guys around. Or maybe I'll just watch you. I've done this like 3 times this week. Okay, stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come out of that. Pivot back toward the front of your mat. And step your right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to heart. And then other side, Utthita Hasta. Grab what you need. If you're using anything, if you want to go nearer to a wall or something for balance, do that. And then stand on your right leg. Try to make sure that right foot is evenly rooting down, left knee up in front. So you could stay like this with a bent knee the whole time. Work your balance. You can go peace sign fingers to the left big toe. Stand up tall, pull your shoulders back. Extend the leg forward. Standing thigh likes to pop forward, so you want to keep moving it back. Find your balance, find your breath. Woo. And my body wants to lean to the right today. Okay, open out toward the left. Keep the right big toe down. That's my reminder to myself. Stand up tall. Stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward and let it go. And shake it out, shake it out. And come into Malasana. So we'll just take another little hip stretch. Toes out, heels in like a frog. Sit down. You can sit on, yeah, you can totally sit on your block if you want. Stretch your right arm out to the right. Open your left arm up to the left. Let's take a chest opener, hip opener. Breathe here. You like a half bind, take half bind. For 4, draw your belly in. 3, 2, 1, and unwind. And we'll do the other side. So as you reach your left arm out, it's inside your left leg and it's connected like glue. Open up. And then decide, you can stay just with your arm reaching up, nice broadening across the collarbones, or wrap it behind your back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go and come back to Uttanasana, forward fold. Stretch out your legs, parallel your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, step your left foot back. So left foot comes back, and then wiggle your right foot over toward the left for pigeon. So swivel your right foot to the left, set your right shin down. Of course, you guys, if you wanted to take something other than pigeon, we're gonna make a little sequence out of this, so you might wanna, if this works for you, stick with it. You really, yeah, you guys are all good. Okay, and then hold in, let it go, close your eyes, soften your shoulders. Today I was planning to do a big hamstring class, and then it turned into just as much hips as hamstrings, so that's kind of where we are. Keep hugging your right hip back, turning your left hip toward the mat. Soften your shoulders. This is a time where I like to have some nice music, but I still haven't figured out how to do that successfully yet. So let your breath be your soundtrack. That was so corny. Or maybe you're listening to some nice music. That's what I would do. Couple more breaths. Make sure your shoulders haven't crunched up to your ears. Inhale, peel yourself up, and then sit over into your right hip and bring your left leg forward. And we're gonna just do a little more hip. So cross your right ankle up on top of your left knee in a figure 4 shape. I can maybe face you, it might be better. And then bend your left knee, scooch yourself in closer. So you're here, you're in a seated figure 4, pressing your right knee open to the right, flexing your right foot. Okay, so just because I miss you guys and I got all my regular people in class this morning, nobody that doesn't know me, we're gonna try one more thing, and this is, again, optional, like fun kind of thing. If you wanna try and arm balance from this position, well, not from this position, but crawl yourself forward and up onto your left foot. Your arms are gonna come forward. right? So Ekapada Galavasana, some of you may have done this before. So you could totally stay back in that seated figure 4, or you can plant your hands, get that little toe tuck around the left tricep, and then shift weight into your hands like crow. Press down into those fingertips, make them white, hug your elbows in, and then pick your back heel up. So it's not always that easy, but if anybody wants to try, good, go Ellen. I know some of you have this. Nice, Donna, good choices. You're playing, I can't see you, Ricardo, but I think you're trying, so awesome. And then when you're ready, take what you need, vinyasa it out, or just come to a forward fold. Let's all meet. Since we started from the top of the mat the last time, let's just start at the top of the mat. So if you needed a vinyasa, take it, and then just come into Uttanasana at the top of your mat. And I'll give you guys a minute to get here. It'll just seem like a nice little place to throw that in. So, okay. Hopefully you are all in Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, and then step your right leg back. Start this whole mess over with pigeon on the left side. So you can set your right knee down, wiggle your left foot over to the right, and then start to arrange those hips. I like to tuck my right toes, lift my knee, work the right foot back as much as possible, and then fold in and let it go. So we'll stay for somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes in the fold. Which is really not that long, but sometimes in pigeon can seem long. Feel like you're squeezing knee to knee. If you needed padding under your left hip, I hope you put it there. Just keep going with the breath. Let that move you in a little deeper. In the shoulders. Let's go for about 30 more seconds. I feel like we went longer on the first side. Okay, inhale, peel yourself up. And then sit over toward your left hip, bring your right leg forward. And you can find that seated figure 4 shape, right? Place the right foot on the mat, scooch on in, sit up tall, and you can stay here. We'll move into the other pose a little quicker this time. So for those of you who aren't doing it, it's not like an eternity in seated figure 4. So you work yourself forward, you bring your hands in front of you, plant them like nice and strong, fingers spread, wrist creases on the same line. Try to lift your butt up a little bit to snuggle your top foot around. And then it's all about the shift forward. So just like crow pose, which I know a lot of you have or are working on, you want to take the weight into your fingertips, and then that counterbalance will let you bring the back leg up. Yeah. Nice, Ellen. Good, good, Lacey. Good, you guys. Okay. So, playtime over. If you need a vinyasa or anything after that, take it, and then we'll meet seated. We'll come to comfortable seat. Stretch out both legs. Yeah, take them out. Okay. This is a nice Paschimottanasana to even all that bent knee, hip business out. You could sit on the edge of a blanket. Inhale, roll, stretch your arms up. And exhale, just big forward fold. So lengthening through your spine. Reach for what you can get, right? Block in front of the feet if you want. Block between the shins, and you could rest your head if you want. And just soften in. Stay for a few nice long breaths here. Fairly cooling pose. I know you can make it active, but when your head is sort of down in your lap like this, it's cooling. More breaths. Inhale, look towards your toes. Peel yourself up. Bend your knees and roll all the way down onto your back, and we'll take a bridge pose. Could be, if you have your blocks around, of course, always can be supported. I think we'll do 2, in case anybody wants an erga. So feet hip distance and parallel to start for bridge. Block could be between your thighs 2. And then as you're ready, lift yourself up, press into your feet to lift the hips. Direct the tailbone toward the back of the knees. And then find that nice openness across your front body. Breathe here. For 4, 3, 2, one more inhale. And exhale, nice slow lower. Take a moment. We'll do one more, either bridge or supported or Urdhva Dhanurasana. All right, if you guys have a full wheel and you're feeling energized this morning and want to take it, you could take it. If not, you can take another bridge. You can take, you guys can't see Julie, but she's got her legs straight up to the ceiling, like legs up the wall, supported on a block. That looks really good. So here we go. One more back bendish type thing. Come back. I'm going to do another bridge. Any variations, you got it. Stay for about 4, 5 breaths. One more breath in. And then exhale, let it come down. Everybody come down. If you're on a block, lift your hips and come down. I'm sorry. And then take your feet as wide as your mat. And just take some windshield wipers side to side. And all of you guys probably have blocks. Maybe we'll just have a mandatory supported bridge one time. So nice. And then when you're feeling about even, come back to center. One last time, hug your right knee in, stretch your left leg long, and then stretch your right leg up to the sky. So just one last hamstring stretch, but nice and supported here. If you have a strap you wanted to wrap around the ball of your foot, or you want to go for that big toe grip that we did when we were standing, you can pick that. And just breathe into it. You have your left leg extended, just keep it active like it was standing on the ground, supporting you in that standing balance. And from here, let the right leg open out to the right. Again, and it could be bent this whole time. It doesn't have to go that far. Just to experience this pose in a more supported, accessible way. It's kind of challenging to stand into it, though. You guys were awesome. And then bring your right leg back up to center, and we'll take a supine twist. So you could go with a straight leg or straighten it out when you get there. You can bend your right knee, shift your hips to the right, take your bent knee over to the left. All right, so we're pretty open in the hamstrings today. So if that's if you feel pretty open in the hamstrings today from all those poses, you could stretch out your right leg and hold your foot. I think I could do it on the left. My right leg's still kind of sensitive to things. How it goes in yoga. So a few more breaths here in your twist. Maybe for today, if you never turn your head toward the left, turn your head toward the left and let your side of your neck get a nice little stretch. One more breath in. I could stay here all day. And exhale back to center. Before we do side two, just stretch your legs out straight and take a big long stretch from end to end. See how it feels. And then we'll go for the other side. So the Supta Padangusthasana, start by just hugging your left knee in. Your right leg could be bent or extended. And then as you're ready, take that leg up to the sky. And we'll just stay in this position for a few breaths. So again, right leg can be bent or extended like it was standing on the ground. Any kind of grip you want to do on that left leg. Just try to not put any stress in your shoulders or neck. Stay here a couple more breaths. And bring your right hand onto your right hip as you let your left leg open out to the left. You don't have to keep your hand on your hip. Usually I just put it there to try to remind my right hip to stay down. I know it helps a lot if the teacher comes around and presses on your right hip, but I guess we can't do that these days. And that's okay. Inhale that left leg back up to center. And take a twist to the right. So again, could be a bent knee, could be a straight leg. Just take something that feels good. Then again, if you want to try something different and you haven't, take your gaze or just take your head and tilt it slightly toward the right side. So then you get that stretch down the left side of your neck. Super subtle, but just between the left ear and the left shoulder. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back up into center. Hug your knees in. And then come into happy baby with both legs. So, soles of the feet toward the ceiling. Stay or rock. And then center yourself if you're rocking. Set your feet back down on the mat. Take a Supta Baddha Konasana all together. We'll finish like this, how we started. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Take a breath in through your nose. Let it travel up your spine. And exhale out your mouth. A couple more all together. Inhale, up, up, up. Exhale, let it go. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then from here, find your way into the Shavasana that serves you best. Maybe you stay like this or just gently extend the legs. If you prefer to take your legs up a wall or sit up on a pillow in more of a meditation seat, any of those are good choices. As long as you can find a place where you can still your mind and your body and rest. slowly begin to deepen your breath. And start to reawaken your body through subtle movements, wiggling your fingers, your toes, wrists, ankles. As you're ready, reach your arms up over your head. Take a big long stretch from end to end, fingertips to toe tips. And then again, just as you're ready, gather your knees in, make your way to one side in fetal pose. And gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed if you can, and if they open, just close them when you get there. As you find your seat, notice if you feel any different, any shifts than you felt 90 minutes ago. And together we'll finish with one big collective sigh. Please take a deep inhale through your nose and pause at the top. Sip in a little more. And open your mouth side out. Gather your hands together at heart center, sealing in your practice. Gently bow your chin in towards your heart in a gesture of gratitude towards yourselves, your yoga practice, and the yogis around you. Thank you all so much for coming out this morning and sharing your practices with me. It was so good to see you. I missed all of you. I know I was gone for a few weeks, and well, you guys all knew to come back today, but if you know anyone else out there that is a regular in this class, let them know I'm back, and hopefully I'll see you all next week. Have a good rest of your weekend. Stay hydrated, stay in the shade, or go in the pool. Unmute if you want to say anything, because I can't unmute you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. So good to see your faces again.
Thanks, Erica.
Thank you. See you next week, hopefully. Thanks, Julie.
Oh, great.
Say hi to Bob. I was waiting for him to show up the whole time, and he never showed.
He walked through a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
He's not feeling real good, so sometimes he gets dizzy. So yoga is not his favorite thing to do when he
yeah, yoga's not good if you're feeling dizzy, but I guess I wasn't looking when he walked through, but next week, tell him to come on early.
He always tries. He set up his mat, so you know.
I know. I saw his mat. I was like, the invisible man.
He's invisible.
That's it.
Hi, Julie.
Julie.
Hey, how's it going? So
You're just rocking it on Jeanette's challenge, huh?
I am rocking it, and it's not easy, but I'm proud of myself. I'm almost done.
I know. It's almost done, like a couple days.
Yeah, tomorrow's a rest day, and then we have 2 more days. That's it. So, yay.
Yeah, good for you. It sounds intense.
It's intense, but what else am I doing right now, right?
Yeah, I know. Like, I've been like seeing your post every day, and I'm like, maybe I should have done this thing. Like, I could have done this. Oh, well.
You can start today, Erica. Day
what?
1. You can start today. Day 1. Go.
I could start today. I'll look it up and start out. Yeah. I should make my kid do it too.
You know what? It's kind of cool to see how your body just gets stronger and stronger, despite what you think. Your body's getting stronger. It's really something. Yeah. Good to see you back, girl.
Thanks. See you, I guess next Saturday, I hope.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye, Vera, if you're still there.